does definitely contain,
Yeah. Yep, yep.
quite a bit of memorable areas that from the first game I can't pick up on.
Well,
Anyway,
I am streaming as of right now, so we're caught up entirely. We're just a little bit late, just a tiny little bit. I
how do
sped
we
it up.
speed up? Do we go to the bottom and just press the plus sign?
It's at the bottom there. You just press not the plus sign. It's the little arrow next to the 1x. You speed it up all the way to 8x or whatever. Get it all the way so that it's current. So
Alrighty, nice.
Yep. I'm at 1 minute 15. So currently we've got Miles here as the Oberkommando West and MisterEasy as the Americans. This is the snow version of this particular map. We haven't seen a lot of snow maps on this.
How do we get field of view of both armies?
Well, typically what I like to do is just to disable Fog of War. It's one of the options in the little bottom HUD there.
I see. Nice. Okay, so looks like Mr. Easy, he went ahead and he went let's see, he went Americans. What he hasn't picked a doctrine yet, has he? No.
No, but you don't necessarily need to pick a doctrine right off the bat. It's not really all that important as long as you pick it later on. Miles went for 2 Sturm Pioneers and a Kubelwagen. That's pretty good. I like that combination. Pretty effective. Meanwhile, Mr. Easy's just kind of going for all riflemen. Not bad. Pretty standard.
I like Jeeps.
You like Jeeps?
If I was Mr. Easy, I would immediately after this last rifleman squad go ahead and build a medical truck.
But apparently, Caleb, fucking Miles likes Jeeps too because he's getting a second Jeep, which is very
Yes,
unusual.
Miles. Whenever his two primary strategies that I've noticed whenever he plays, it's either the Pioneer spam, or if it's not the Pioneer spam, it will be the Jeep spam, or what is this actually, Kubelwagen.
Jeeps, more Jeeps.
As I've seen, a Kubelwagen, suppressing a rifleman squad combined with the Stern Pioneer squad can very well, in my opinion, prove very effective if used correctly. Which I think he's gonna attempt to do here very shortly.
The Jeeps have machine guns on them.
Yep, and that's actually what makes them super fucking effective. Oh, Miles is planting mines.
That's pretty sneaky of him.
Everybody's been sort of
One of his units is stuck on the fucking
Everybody's been sort of biting off of me, but whatever. If it works, it works. Use the game mechanics, they work.
Was there?
Alright,
looks like the first engagement here. We got Sturm Pioneers fighting these riflemen here. Let's see who takes it.
Riflemen
Sturm
are in the
Pioneers
snow, not a
occupying the
good position for them.
house. It doesn't actually matter, to be honest, as long as they're not taking any damage or any cold or any negative cover. It shouldn't matter in the slightest.
I would argue, due to the fact that whenever you're in snow, you're, in my opinion, much more exposed and you're much more slowed
But as
down.
as far as game mechanics, it doesn't actually change anything except for the speed of your units.
No, I'm not bringing up the sense of game mechanics. I'm just saying from a standpoint, you have a disadvantage.
Look at what MisterEasy's done here. He's captured the point right next to Miles' base, denying him all those resources that he could potentially take unless he takes that point back.
Up to the west, we got Stern Pioneers engaging riflemen. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and sandwich these guys. Nice move.
Oh yeah, Mystery can't get that range with those guys, and those riflemen are pretty much gonna get shreked.
Nope, they got away.
Moment. Yeah, they got away, but they were still forced to retreat, which is not necessarily the best option here, considering, well, he kind of needs to hold this point. It's pretty valuable.
Mr. Easy engaging the rifleman, but he's about to lose a stun. Yep, and
oh,
there it
those
goes.
Sturm Miles put those Sturm Pioneers in negative cover for whatever reason, and that really cost him a lot. There. Meanwhile, Miles is taking more points, all unconnected at the moment.
Thing I noticed about this battle over here, well, that's engaging in the west, is that none of them seem to be really quitting at each other. Oh, there goes Miles. One guy to two.
The thing about Mr. Easy, the advantage he has is he has this medic half track here, or medic truck rather, and he can just reinforce in the field if he needs to, heal in the field and everything. It is the ultimate tool to stay in the game, and it looks
unfortunately,
like
though, he isn't really making use of that since his medical truck is in the far back. I would have brought it up more towards the front. It always pays to have a little front. You always want a frontier.
Yeah, these rear echelon here are going to get completely fucked by these two jeeps.
Oh, they have no chance. And there they go. Oh, bad spot to retreat. Bad spot.
No, well, they're probably not going to lose too much. I mean, they might lose a guy, but the thing about machine guns is that they don't really do targeted damage. They kind of spread all their damage across the entire squad, so it doesn't actually pick off individual members like.
I agree, but in all honesty, I mean, I have to admit that this game it acts a bit funky. Whatever infantry retreat to me, you know, I'll be sending my units back, and they have two options. They can go in the area that's exposed and covered by defenses, or they'll go in the area that's not exposed and covered by defenses. And what do you know? They'll go right through the mines and MGs.
Well, more often than not, they just take the direct path, but it looks like Miles here is recapping this point just so we can get access to the resources, and you can actually see that despite the fact that MisterEasy probably took more losses in that entire situation, he actually was sitting more comfortably on, you know, a lot more fuel, a lot more munitions, because Miles just didn't have those areas connected, which is going to cost him in the long run, to be honest.
Alright, from what I can see at the far east, MisterEasy is moving up with the standard move. He's got his 3 infantry blobbed up, and he's gonna, I don't know.
Yeah, he's also building a fuel cache with one of his guys in the back there.
Ah, now he's finally moving up the medical cart.
And
there
he
you
just
go.
he just got the bazooka unlock as well, because I think he's afraid of those jeeps. Pretty damn afraid.
I'm not too sure if I would go with the medical. I'm sorry, I'm not too sure if I'd go with the bazooka at this point. I'd say your rifle grenades would be a lot more reliable, but then again, you need veteran C1.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, though, it's a little bit more. It's a more late game strategy because the bazookas are still useful in the late game, whereas the rifle grenades, you fire off one, the munitions you use for that are lost forever. But you know, we'll see.
Same thing with the AT grenades from the conscripts. You know, it's just the trade. You know, but in my opinion, I wouldn't go bazookas quite yet because, frankly, I would use that fuel for something else.
I honestly don't think it's necessarily too detrimental, considering he had the fuel advantage for a long time. Let's see, does he have the lieutenant queued? He just got
Engagement
the lieutenant.
with the Stern Pioneers. Doesn't look like the Stern Pioneers are going to last too long, and...
Nope.
Oh, there
and they are fucked. They are absolutely fucked.
Oh, that Jeep's not going to be able to do much. Yeah, that Cooper wagon...
Well,
oh,
at
hold
that
on,
range,
he's flanking.
At that range, the riflemen aren't really going to do anything to the Kubelwagen either. Oh,
Like,
grenade incoming. Let's see what that
not
does.
much.
1 kill. Does a lot of damage to the squad, though, so... potentially opens up to more engagements. The thing is, MisterEasy's not engaging, or rather, Miles is not engaging quite so well here. He doesn't have the area, so to speak. That Kubelwagen might die here. That BAR is doing a lot of damage.
He's gonna get away.
Yep. But he needs to repair that shit
see.
right now.
Alright, back over in the center, we got Miles moving up with 2 Stern Pioneer squads back over at MisterEasy. It doesn't really seem to have taken much damage, honestly. Maybe he lost a guy and has some damaged troops, but other than that, he's looking A-okay.
No. He's not really using his ambulance truck much, to be honest.
No, and that's quite unfortunate. You know, typically, if you're an American, you always want to remember that your medical truck, you know, always serves as a frontier. If you can get a good frontier up, you will be able to counter your enemy in strategic positions. That is a fact.
Yeah, well, the Americans aren't really MisterEasy's, like, #1 faction, so to speak. He prefers Oberkommando. But, you know, it's good to see that he's, you know, experimenting a little bit more with these other factions as well. He's got the resources for a captain. I think he just queued one up. Yep, he is right on curve, and that fuel advantage he has is actually giving him a pretty solid tech advantage, to be honest.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the tactical map. I want to see how everybody's looking. Oh, engagement in the center. It doesn't look too good for MisterEasy.
Nope. But, oh, he might actually be able to take out a Kubelwagen here.
Oh, I think the Kubelwagen's going to go.
But it's getting repaired by 2 Stern Pioneers simultaneously.
If he had an AT grenade, that probably
wouldn't matter.
Too many repairs going on at once.
Actually, no. Actually, I think it would matter, because if he shoots the AT grenade...
Oh, he used it!
I was going to say the ice may have broken underneath there, but I guess I was wrong. He stopped repairing it, which he should not have done. He should have just kept repairing at that point, I think.
I don't know why he stopped repairing, but in any case...
Well, you know, MisterEasy did lose a rifleman squad for that, for his trouble there.
Oh, it looks like, those riflemen, are they going to get killed? Let's see. Oh, they're going to get away, aren't they?
Well, they're moving through the snow here, and that's where the snow is really detrimental. They might actually die right now.
Oh, you see what I mean? You move through the snow, you take a gamble, roll the die.
Oh, and they might even hit that mine there, almost, just a little bit more, and those guys would have hit the mine there. Possibly could have lost his lieutenant as well. That engagement was not good for MisterEasy. Let's see what Miles chooses to do here with that advantage.
Miles is moving up with this close shock infantry, not shock infantry, I'm sorry, Stern Pioneers units. Oh, I would get them right up next to the wall and start shooting.
Yeah, I mean, there's cover right there that you could be using. It looks like paratroopers. Oh, you got paratroopers coming in. Let's see if they actually do any work here. I don't usually see paratroopers. A lot of people don't actually like them for some reason. I mean, I actually like them a lot because they cost the same amount to reinforce as riflemen do. And they have access to a lot of cool weapons.
Looks like he's going to use the paratroopers to go ahead and repel Miles from the east. Oh, over here in the far west, it looks to me like Miles is starting to take some ground that nobody's really paid attention to during the whole game. Nice move.
Yeah, and MisterEasy chose to use a lot of manpower to build those fuel caches, and it looks like they're getting destroyed. Meanwhile, Miles is taking the victory point in the south there.
I don't know what MisterEasy's thinking right now. I would get on the front right now.
I think he's waiting for his paratroopers to get Thompson so he can kind of move in and do some damage here. Thompsons actually are a good counter to Sturm Pioneers because it's a 6-man squad with 4 Thompsons versus a 4-man squad of Sturm Pioneers. I actually think the paratroopers win in that particular kind of engagement. And
given that there's no heavy cover.
Well, yeah, if cover is equal, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Got
Currently,
Miles taking ground.
Yeah,
He's gonna go ahead and deny him of those resources. Nice. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a look at the tactical map. As far as the land goes, MisterEasy does not appear to be doing too well. He's moving up his unit. That's good. But as far as his resources go, he's getting really chewed away. All right, he's moving up. Let's see what he pulls off.
Wants to defend his territory because he's kind of afraid he's gonna lose one of those fuel caches there.
I think Miles is gonna have to pull back from this one.
He might. But not before doing a lot of damage. That grenade is gonna kill that captain.
Gotta watch
and he
out
does.
for those grenades.
But
You gotta be on the lookout.
He gets a free bazooka. He's gotta pick it up. He's gotta pick it up before somebody else does.